Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please click on the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. And please give me a thumbs up by clicking on the like button. Today, I am going to attempt to make a pocket as part of the challenge in Liz's group, Dream It, Create It, Make It. Yesterday I did the coral pocket, and I finished it yesterday. It took me about 2 days because to put everything together. Then I started not feeling good and my hands started swelling up on me really bad. So at any rate, I finished the coral one. I don't know who it will go to because she's not telling us as of yet who our partners are. But this is a beach theme one, and I just added in, I played upon the colors that were in there. I added in some rope to make it, look like a beach theme, and some little gold lace that I had up underneath. I then added a flower, some coral looking flowers and orange to play again upon the coral and the blues in there. And this is the Graphics 45, I think Fun in the Sun paper, if I make no mistake, but I know it's by Graphic 45. And I just added this sentiment on there that came within that packet. Inside is my first pocket. Bear with me a second. There you go. And I just placed the bookmark in there. Again, that's the Graphic 45 paper. We had to use the main colors that she had given us. And again, this particular one is based on coral. I know it looks a lot more orange, but I promise you this is coral color. Okay. And then on the back, I put two more pockets. I have a pocket up here. And I haven't finished this yet. I still got to punch a hole in it and put my eyelet in there. And I added some speckles to highlight the sand. And then I had highlighted with the speckles the little girl. Her hand is outward, and she's throwing down the sand. So I wanted to make it look like it was sand coming down. And then I just glided some of the blue speckles on the card to highlight the water. And I did the same thing with the speckles with the little girl's hair bows. I colored in their hair bows using the speckle drops. On the back, I made it look like a little postcard from the beach. And I just used my Distress inks and just colored it in. I used vintage linen, I used orange, and I cannot remember the color of this one, but I also put that in there to kind of sort of correspond with the other ones. And it gives the person more writing space if they choose to write on the journaling card. Okay. Now here is another pocket as well. I have not fixed out a card for that because, like I said, my hands started swelling on me and my back was burning. So I called it a day. I think I got pretty far and I got a lot done. So I think it looks really good. I hope the person that gets it likes it as much as I do. I had also created a little gift form to go along with it, with the scrap pieces of papers that I had left over from putting this project together, from putting that particular card together. It says, pleasure is always derived from something outside you, whereas joy arises from within you. And I just thought that was really cute. The little, I guess, sisters are walking on the beach together. And I just added in some buttons. And then here at the bottom, on the inside, I used wax thread, and I just attached these two little charms on there that says summer, and then a little seagull. So again, it's just more writing space for the individual if they choose to use it for that. These are the little pieces of paper in there. I just cut down to size. for them to write on. And I stitched it with a hidden stitch that Maddie had taught us how to do during the clutch bag live on YouTube. So I'm just putting everything that I'm learning into use in my projects. So today I'm going to try to attempt to do the yellow theme. Let me back up a little bit. Liz, in this challenge, we have to create 7 tags, and they have to have a pocket on it, okay? She gave us 7 main colors. The 7 colors are brown, black, yellow, orange, green, coral, and copper. And each pocket, we have to create a pocket using each one of those colors. And this is going to go, all of those tags will go to one person. So it's going to be fun, but yet challenging, which I like and I can appreciate. Because again, it gets my creative mojo going, and it helps me to step outside of my comfort zone. You'll see as I craft along, I will just pull papers from here, there, and everywhere, just trying to make things fit. There's no rhyme or reason to my theme. At this point, usually I start getting themes in my head once I start getting my materials together. And then I just go from there. So here we go. And I just wanted to say I'm so happy I got my first copy of Edith Holden's book, The Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady. This book I have been wanting for so long. I have pages that I have bought from other buyers, but I wanted my own book that I could have and never to cut up, because this is one of the first U.S. editions, so I definitely will never cut out of this book. If I do use themes, nature themes that I need, I will use the scrap papers that I've bought off of other sellers. Never will I cut out of this book. But I was just so tickled when I got that in the mail today. And excuse my mat. I've been working. This is a working mat. But I did go ahead before I started. I pulled out a few things. I pulled out a specimen card. I'm thinking about doing a farm theme for the yellow, because when I think of yellow, I think of chickens and roosters and things like that. So I'm really leaning towards doing a farm theme. I don't know, it may not come to pass, but I pulled out some of my Mente books that I purchased from Spectrum Art Creations from Maddie, and now I have a better selection of florals and leaves and greenery that I can use. So I'm really leaning towards a farm theme, but like I said, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens, and we'll go from there. I have not chosen any paper yet. My goal, because I'm getting to the point to where I have too much stuff. As a crafter, can we ever have too much stuff? I don't know, but I just feel like I'm getting too. I have too many paper packets, but I love my paper. That's one of my favorite things in life. But at any rate, I want to try to find some yellow paper and go from there. So I'm gonna pause for a minute, and then I'll come back and we'll get started. Thank you. Okay, I found some scraps out of one book. I'm going to be using papers from Park Lane Pocket Blossom book. Well, I may be. I'm not sure yet. Or Park Lane Summer's End book. Because I'm trying to use my scrap papers as much as possible with these projects that I'm doing. Because they're still good sheets of paper. But I need to use them up, and this right here, making pockets, is, I think, a perfect way to do that. And then here goes some of the cards that are in there. I've used the bulk of them in other projects, so I'm gonna try to use the rest of these cards up with making my different pockets, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so let me put some of this stuff to the side. I'm torn between these two full sheets or using this one. I'm really leaning towards using my scraps first because they're a pretty good size piece of cardstock, and I think they will work perfectly to make a pocket. The pockets can be any size. They could be circles, she said. They could be squares, whatever we come up with. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. You'll find I don't do a whole lot of measuring. So if you're a measuring type, I'm sorry in advance. But I just kind of sort of just eyeball everything. And unless I absolutely have to measure, then in that case I will. But I think I'm gonna go with this because I think it will create a nice size pocket, and I think this will work. I really do. Let's see. Just trying to make sure that everything is even, because like I said, this is scrap paper that I'm using. And before I get started, I would like for it to be as even as possible. So I'm going to cut off just this little bit of paper. Excuse me. Okay. Got that. Okay, everything should be squared now. Yep. Perfect. And I said I wasn't going to give measurements, but this scrap piece of paper here is 11 3/16, it looks like. And I have my glasses on and still can't half see, so, but it's about at roughly 11 inches, but I'm not going to use all of this paper, and it's just one-sided color. Excuse me. Woke up this morning, my sinuses and allergies were bothering me, but it's gonna be all right. Okay. I think that'll be a pretty good size pocket there. And like I said, I have no clue as to how I'm gonna do this. I'm just really just working. Just trying to come up with an idea. Actually, I could have left this little piece on there and folded it in, but too late now. And they can use that for something else, and that would have used up that entire sheet of paper too. But you know what? We can bring it right on in and possibly use it for a pocket in there. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay, see how things work out? Yes. And that's even enough, so okay. So we can make that our first pocket. How about that? Yeah. I think that'll be cute. Simple enough, and I hope I'm in frame. And I'm going to pause for a second, and I think I'm going to sew these, well, I'll pause here in a second, because I think I want to sew these pockets in there, and then let's see how this will look with a contrasting color over here. with another piece of yellow. Maybe we can make that into a belly band. How about that? Yeah, let's try that. And I do use my mat a lot to make sure, because I am the worst when it comes to cutting straight lines. So I definitely use my cutting mat to line my ruler up to make sure I get a straight line or straight as possible. That really helps me. So yeah. Let's see what we got. Make sure we're still in frame. So we can have a pocket over there. Well, and a belly band over here. What do we think? I think that'll be pretty. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty. Let's look at this again, because the colors is working on the yellow theme, and I definitely have yellow there. I never thought to to make pockets, and like with the first pocket I made, the coral one, I had to you know, check out YouTube videos, because I've seen pockets, but I never knew how they were made, and to see how other crafters did, and it's pretty much how you want to make it. And I think I'm gonna go that route. I think that looks really good. And this will be my pocket number 2. Yeah, I think that'll be pocket number 2. Alright, let me find the center point on this one. So I'll know where to put my punch at. And you know what, this one, since I cut it, it is not even. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take it down just a little bit, just so everything is even. Nobody wants an uneven pocket. Alright. Alright, now let's find the center of this piece of paper here. Alright, much better. Because I want to try to put the whole, well, not the whole, the thumb punch in the center as much as possible. So about roughly about right here. Get it? Yeah, there we go. And forgive me, I have on my glasses and I can barely see still. My vision has changed. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Let's put a little ink on there. And I didn't even use my specimen card, because the idea that I had in my head, you know, just like I was saying in the beginning, you may start off with a certain plan, but you may end up doing something totally different than what you initially thought. And it's okay to change up, because again, it's no set limits. It's just to get your creative mojo going and just to have fun. You know, don't overthink it. And how that mustard seed would look. We can try it on a scrap sheet of paper, because you know sometimes you get tired of always using the walnut stains, or you know, those brown colors. Sometimes you want to liven it up and use some of your other inks that you have in your arsenal. But I am going to pull the brown one out just in case. I like the antique linen. I think that is so pretty. So I'm going to pull that one out. It's that one out too. I thought I had another. Must have used up all of my pads. But that's okay. We can make do. We're going to make this work. Take this one off. And we'll put this one on. And we'll try to clean it off as much as possible. When you crafting, your hands just get dirty. So I'm just not going to, I'm going to pull out my Mindless Crafting. That's another YouTube channel. Mindless Crafting with Tracy and Bill. They have a shop too, but they have a intense black ink. And oh my gosh, when I say it's intense, it's intense. I may use that to stamp on some things. So we'll see. Okay, I need my little scrap sheet of paper that I use. This is the one that I use to, instead of wasting paper, because I can always use this later on, cut it up. But I always use this when I'm crafting as well, to kind of sort of help absorb any mess I may create, especially when I'm gluing or inking. And so that cleaned it off is about as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so this is the one, so it can kind of sort of blend in, but I think this mustard seed is gonna be a little bit too mustardly, if that's a word. Let's try it out first and see. I don't know, it's pretty. What you think? I think it may work on there. We're going to try it and see. Again, there's no right or wrong to this project. It's just to get you out of your comfort zone and to have fun and to share with others in a crafting group. That's what it's about, the sharing. So I want to try to stick with the main theme. Again, this one is yellow. And to bring yellow onto the other side as well. So I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, I think it's going to work out fine. Yeah. Okay. So we use mustard seed to cover up some of the white on that pocket. And let's just see how it looks. And you know, I'm not liking all this white, so I'm gonna have to put something on there as well for that background, so that everything looks a little bit better. But yeah, but I like that. I like that. Oh, let me pull this back in. Guess I would still need it, huh? I hope everybody is doing well and having a good day. I'm just getting up. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, but I just try to rest. If I don't feel like it and I don't feel up to it, I rest. I used to feel bad about resting, you know, sleeping in so long, but I don't feel guilty about it anymore. If you don't feel good, you just don't feel good, you know. And I'm feeling a little bit better now. I said I wanted to try to at least, I know I can't do 3 or 4 pockets in a day, but I at least wanted to try to do 1 a day. We get a whole month. We get an entire month to do our pockets and get them, and we have to snap a photo of them and send them to Liz so she can see that we have done it. That way no one is left out, which I like that idea. And I think that looks good, but we're going to have to do something about this background, most definitely. I have this chicken stamp, so we still can kind of sort of do a farm theme. So I want to use the Intense Black ink on here, on the little chickens, because I think they're so cute. And let's see, my stamp is larger than my not belly band, than my paper, so that's okay. I'm gonna stamp as much as I can on it of the image, and we'll go from there. Because again, it's no right or wrong. Oh, that is so cute. And it just adds a little something to the belly band. Because that person, whoever's going to receive it, because again, we don't know who's going to receive these yet. Liz hasn't told us, so we don't know. So they may not have a farm theme. They may be working on a farm theme journal. We don't know. Or they just may want to add it onto their collection. I would be happy to receive it. So hopefully the individual that receives mine will enjoy it as much as I do. Okay, there we go. I think that looks okay. All right, we still need something in that background, so let's work on that. Excuse me for a second. Let's see. This is where I'm going to come in with this yellow to highlight the back. Oh, yeah. Yes, this would be perfect. This was the other yellow sheet of paper that I had pulled out. Yeah, I think that'll be cute. And again, like I said, I'm trying to use up papers that I already have before opening new paper packs. So we're going to work with what we have. I had a few weeks ago started straightening up my papers because I had them everywhere. You know, I had so many scraps, and I said I was only going to keep 2 containerfuls. You know, the plastic containers that you can place your papers in to store. Well, I had 2 empty ones, so any scrap papers that I had to go in there. If it didn't fit, it got tossed into the trash can, unfortunately. And a lot of them was like itty little bitty, you know, pieces that I was like, oh, I could use this for something. I probably could have, but it was just too much. So I'm not trying to add to that bend. I've definitely used a lot of the papers out of it for other little projects, but I just don't want to feel overwhelmed again with a lot of papers. And that's going to be pretty. That's going to be real pretty. And what I am going to do, move this side of the way. Again, I'm going to find that center point, or as close as possible to the center. Okay, and that measures out to 8 3/16. So where's 4 3/16? About right there. Okay. Let's see if my markings was accurate. There we go. Well, right on point. Hey, hey. And what I'm going to do is sew around that to make it look a little bit prettier. And I'm going to sew on the pockets. Once I get that done, I will be right back after these messages. Okay, stop being silly, April. Okay, let's see how that's gonna look. I think it looks okay. Yeah, it looks okay. And then we're gonna see what other details we can add to it as well. Yeah, we'll see what else we can add to that. All right, so I'll be back. Thank you. I'm sorry, I have not sewn yet. I'm sitting here thinking. I cut my specimen card in half because it would have been too thick to go through my sewing machine that way. You know, fold it over. I still want to use this. I've never used a specimen card before, but I think it would be cute on the front using some of these dried flowers. What do you think? Using some of these dried flowers that I had purchased a while back. And when I say a while back, it's been a minute, but I know I got them off of Amazon. And in case you're interested, you can screenshot it at this point. That's the packaging that it came in. But at any rate, I'm wondering, how would that look? Because I can always, if this doesn't work, I can use a stapler and just staple that back together, so I'm not too concerned about having cut it in half. But I think that would be cute. And just sew around it. And then maybe use a sentiment to attach to the front as well. And that way, any threads that I have, it won't be seen before I put my cover on. But I think I'm going to go that route. Because I really want to use that. Because, you know, chickens, farms, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that would be nice. And these flowers, I will honestly say, have held up very well. Considering I know I've had them for 6 months or longer, and that packet has been open for at least 6 months, because I don't use them that often. So they have did extremely well. Tsunami Rose, she makes a lot of journals and sells them, and she has an Etsy shop, and she's on YouTube. She turned us on to the Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue. I like this bottle because it sits down in there, and then once it's empty, you can refill it with whatever glue that you're using at that time. So I'm really enjoying using it, and it's a little bit better on my hand as far as the arthritis is concerned. Because the bottle is a little bit easier to squeeze versus with some of those other glue bottles. It's like, especially with the tacky glue, it's like you squeezing the life out of your hand, trying to get that stuff to come out sometimes. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on the specimen card just to hold it in place until I get ready to go over there and sew it. Another good thing about the Aleene's glue, it dries clear, so if you have any little uh-oh moments, it's okay. Just dab it up a little bit, and it'll be okay. See? And I've got a little bit on my carton, or is that a piece of paper? I'm not sure, but at any rate, let me get that up. So, let me just put like a little dab. Let's see. Yeah, this is the side. And make sure if you are using a specimen card that you're putting it on the side where your plexiglass is, not plexiglass, but where your acetate is at. I think that's going to be pretty. Let me just hold it down for a quick second. And by me cutting the specimen card in half, like I said, it makes it easier, I hope, because I've never tried this before, to go through my sewing machine. Okay, and that's how that looks. And then let me see if I have a sentiment. I always try to find things that make me happy, because we have enough negativity out here in this world. And I just try to keep a positive, you know, outlook on life, and try to bring happiness to others. When we bring what is within, when we bring what is within out into the world, miracles happens, by Henry David Thoreau. Let's see, that's too large. Let's see. I think we're going to end up going with that one for the simple fact that it is small enough. These other ones are too large for that, so I don't want to use those. And I just think we need something, you know, else to go on the front of that. Okay. Let's see. And if you're curious, let's see. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Let's just trim it up a little bit. And forgive my messy desk. When I work, I work. Okay, let's see if I can grab it up. These old hands. Bear with me. It's my quarter punch. And then I want to bring, let's see, here go a little scrap sheet of paper here. And that's going to look wonderful on there. Cut it down just a tad bit more. That's why you never throw away your scraps. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, and that's one piece that won't go into the trash. Yay! All right, where's my little scrap sheet of paper at? Because I know me, I will get glue, ink, and everything all over my mat again. And one day I'm going to sit down and actually clean my mat. But we'll see when that day comes. Okay. Trying to be as quick as possible because I don't want the video to be too long. All right. Let's see. And try to get that as centered as much as possible. I gotta bring it up towards me a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Let me get this glue off my finger. I think that turned out great. Okay. And where's my little bone folder? Okay, make sure it's nice and flat. And that's how that looks. I think that looks really good. Now I'm going to take my corner punch. It's going to be on 1/4 of an inch. I need to dump it because it's got a lot in there. And voila. And there we have it. And then we'll ink it up a little bit. I'm going to use the antique linen. I do have the larger one of this. I just got off Girly Girl Michelle's sale. But I want to try to finish using up the small one first before I open up the larger one. And this is just so the white around the edges are not showing. So we'll be good to go. Then I'll be ready to sew this time. And again, it's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just thinking outside of the box and just thinking how I can up the ante on this card. And I think that's going to be pretty. Hold on. We could either put it there or up there, but I think I like it better down here. Yeah. I think I like it better down there. What do you think? And then I'll make sure it's centered a little bit more. And to help me with that, let me get a little dab of glue just to hold it in place. And this time I'm going to place the glue in the center because I know that I'm not going to be sewing in the center of it, so it'll be okay. I'm just going to sew around the edges. And this is going to turn out, I think, pretty good, you know. And it didn't take us that long to do this in actuality. Okay, now I'm going to bring back in my other pieces. And we're going to head over to, well, I'm going to head over to the sewing machine. I'm going to pause it and then I'll be back. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. And this is how it turned out. Let me cut some of these. I'll cut the extra threads off here in a second. But this is how it turned out. Everything is sewed down. And the inside pocket is in there. Your pocket tuck is in there. I think everything turned out real pretty. If I were receiving this, I would be happy. I would be pleased. Okay, so let's cut off some of the threads. And we'll go from there. Getting a little tired. I know some people in their journal cards and their embellishments, they like the strings, but again, I don't know who's receiving this, so I don't want to send it to them like that, and they'd be like, why didn't she cut off the strings? So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. It's getting hard. My hands are starting to swell. That's what took me so long, trying to get that bobbin thing going. And let's just burnish our fold again. Get everything laying flat as possible. I think these scrap pieces of paper turned out really, really pretty. I do. And it just goes to show you, by trying not to overthink the project, you'll be amazed at what you can create. But I think that turned out awesome. I'm still gonna probably go back and embellish some. I was thinking about here on the back, maybe, where did I see them at? In this book. I really like these Mente books with the different insects and flowers and whatnot in them. But at any rate, I was thinking about later on fussy cutting out some of those yellow. I'm not even sure what they're called. If you know what they're called, please put them down below. And I was thinking about cutting out some of those to place around the back. I don't know, but again, we'll see. But I'm really liking the images that are in here. I've been needing a book like this for a while for when I have projects like this. But yeah, so we'll see. But at any rate, for the most part, this is done. This is a pocket. I will make a tag to go on the inside to go right there. Out of the rest of that scrap paper that I had left over. And I hope whoever receives this with their packet, that they will enjoy their yellow pocket, their coral pocket, and so far I've completed 2, and this right here is like a little gift. We don't have to put extras in there, but like I said, I'm trying to use up my scraps. So I just made a little journal I thought was real cute, and I'll add that into the little package that I will send to that individual. But this is my second one. I at least wanted to do one on camera. Because this would be my, matter of fact, this is my first one. This is my first video of me actually showing myself, well, not myself, but showing me crafting. So it's been fun. I hope you have enjoyed it. Again, please click on the like button and click on the subscribe button, and I do appreciate your support. Have a blessed day. Thank you.